Hello, my peeps and people. I want to get your thoughts on how old do you think a child should be before you start talking to them about growing up stuff that they need to know, like sex, drugs, alcohol, videos, condoms, birth control, drugs, hell, child support, hard life. I mean, like, how old do you really think that they should be before you start talking to them? And the reason I'm asking this, and I want you guys to resend on it, is because I was talking to some parents, and they have some kids that are in elementary, and they felt some kind of way because the school nurse had a talk with them about, like, personal hygiene, you know, menstrual cycles for the girls, the boys, like, protecting themselves, and they felt like it was too soon for them to talk about that. They're going to the 6th grade, 7th grade. I mean, some of them, you know. And some was in the 4th grade, but they just felt like that's one of the things that elementary schools are doing these days. And they said that they didn't get any type of notifications for them to give approval for the nurse to talk to them about that. Everybody know that happens. They talk about that because they inform these people because they know y'all parents are not telling y'all kids because they see it in the school every day. So I think that y'all know these kids are growing up fast these days. They come out already developed. I'm just saying, I didn't even have breasts until I was a senior. And I think I was just starting to get some mosquito bites, tell you the truth. And some of these come out with, when they born, they got B cups. I'm just saying, look, I'm just saying, I don't know what they feeding them. I don't know what kind of steroids they put in their food, but they doubling up. This new generation ain't playing. I mean, you know, by the time they 6, they wearing the same size clothes as their mama. And I'm talking about 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 19, 20s. I'm just saying, they growing fast. They growing fast, wide, and not all of them. I'm just saying, but they just growing up. Like, these kids are really, this generation is just, I don't know what kind of miracle grow they eating on, but they growing up like a tree. But anywho, I think that it's a good idea for them to talk to these kids because they don't know. They just blinded. I know that they kids, but some of y'all know y'all got some fast kids. And especially you grown-ups, why don't you close your mouth sometimes and watch what you talking about in front of your kids? You shouldn't be talking grown folk talk in front of your kids. Because guess what they doing? They going back telling their friends at school. And while you not talking to your kid, educating them, they listen to what Shanae telling her that she seen Boo Boo and Baby J doing. So they don't know no better. They only know what they told. And you ain't telling them nothing. So I advise you to sit your kid down and educate them on all of those things that they need to know, period, before somebody else tell them the wrong thing. I mean, when my kids was growing up, I always felt like if they was old enough to ask me a question, then I was going to tell them the answer, the right answer, the true answer. Didn't matter how harsh or how nasty or how, you know, how kids think everything gross. No, you asked me, so I need to tell you. Let's sit down and have a family talk. Let's talk about it. So maybe if you sit down talking to your kids and I'm sitting down talking to my kids, then maybe we can have some better results, you know, as they're growing up. Maybe that they can talk to some of these kids that parents that's not talking to them. So maybe they can give them some better advice so that they're not going out there listening to these girls, not listening to what, you know, Dear John telling them or Silly Susie telling them to do. I'm just saying, you need to educate your kids. Your kids need to hear from you. But on the other hand, the flip side of it, these parents that's just, you know, teaching them how to drop it like it's hot and think that's funny and cute. It's not. It's not. It's okay if that's what you're doing when you out there, but it's not okay for your little 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old to be popping it, twerking it, dropping like it's hot, like they like stripper pole dancing. Some of them know how to dance on a pole too, I know. Yeah, inappropriate behavior for a kid. I'm just saying. You do what you want to, but I'm just saying that that's not cute. That y'all be laughing. I be seeing the videos. Y'all be laughing, egging them on. Egg them off. That's what you need to start doing. Egg them off. You tell them, if you got to be double standing with your kids, then I advise you do that. You can be like, don't do what I do. Do what I say, not as I do. If you got to be like that. If you out there twerking it, popping it, dropping it like it's hot, you know what? Your kids don't need to see that. Nor do they need to know about it. No, they're going to think that's okay. They're going to be doing it at school. No. And you ain't talking to them. They see you dropping it like it's hot. They don't know what happens when, you know, they drop it like it's hot and somebody watching them that want them to drop it on them like it's hot. That's not okay. Talk to your kids. Talk to your kids. And you need to talk to them early. Just so that y'all, I mean, that you just start the rapport with uncomfortable subjects and uncomfortable life things that they're going to come across. So that they more comfortable with talking to you. Because I can tell you, when my kids came up, a lot of their friends wouldn't even think about talking to their parents about half of the stuff they went through. And half of the stuff they went through was heartbreaking. And I can just not imagine a parent not knowing half of the things that their kids is out here doing. They was already having sex. They was already smoking weed. They was already having oral sex. Some of them got pregnant. Some of them got abortions. Some of them, I'm just like, and their parents never knew. I was always encourage them. Go talk to your parents. Go talk to your mama. Go talk to your daddy. Go talk to you don't got no big mama? Somebody. I'm just saying, talk to your kids about these kind of things. Because you know your kid is growing up real fast. So she already developed, especially these girls, they develop so fast. You need to be talking to them about their menstrual cycle. And because surely, hers is right around the corner. Trust me. And talk to them about their hygiene too. Because there's no way that they go into the bathroom smelling like funky monkeys and they don't smell themselves. The devil is a lie. They smell it. And guess what? We smell it too. And I'm going to call them out. I'm going to tell them. They're like, baby, you didn't smell that when you went to the restroom? I smell it now. You're not even in the restroom. That's not okay. That's not okay. And them kids I come across, I'm just assuming that they get it from home. They don't know no better. And I know sometimes that some of you parents be talking to your kids about that and they just don't, they go through that stage where they don't like taking baths. Well, you need to get on their tails and stay on it until it become a habit and they don't mind doing it. Because I know how these kids are. They'll take a bath once a week if you let them. And they'll smell like they only took a bath once a week too. So that's why I think it's okay for the nurses and the staff to have those meetings with these kids in elementary so that they already know and aware. And some of the parents don't talk to their kids and they freak out. They start their cycle, they think they about to die. They think something wrong with them. They don't like want to tell nobody. And y'all know, you got to keep that under control because that's blood. The end of it is blood. Blood stink. I mean, you gotta keep yourself clean during that time of the month because you don't want to be smelling like period blood. No ma'am, no sir. Talk to y'all kids because they need to hear from somebody that care about them and somebody that's looking out for their best interest. They ain't gonna do it on their own. Or you know what? They're gonna do it like Kiki said they should do it. That's what's gonna happen. So while you thinking that it's too early, by the time you think it's time for you to talk to them, it's probably gonna be a little too late. Just probably. I'm just saying, maybe a handful of you, maybe missed the mark. I'm just saying. So anyway, you talk to your kids, you talk to your girls about birth control, cycles, especially when they start their cycles. You think you don't need to talk to them about birth control these days? Elementary, these kids already sneaking behind the bleachers. Yeah, you heard me. And thankfully, they put more and more cameras in these schools, but that's not stopping some of these kids. Not at all. They don't care. They still think they're sneaking. I'm like, you on surveillance camera. So you looking at the camera, but you think you getting around it? No. Who want their kid calling? Talk to your kids. Talk to your kids, and maybe you can avoid this or at least with your kid. You know, maybe it'll sink in, you know, when you talk to them about it, and then they'll have sense enough to share that with their friends while they having their little discussions. Because don't think they're not sitting around talking about it, because they are. They talking about sex. They talking about condoms. They talking about oral sex, anal sex, sex. They talking about it all. So you need to be talking to them about it too, because you need to educate them on that. So I'm just saying, if you don't take nothing else from this video, take my advice and talk to your kids. Sit them down and say, you know what? We're going to have family night tonight. We're going to talk about some things. I want y'all to know that it ain't nothing that y'all can tell me that I'm going to get mad at y'all about. Nothing. And make it that night. Because, you know, most of them don't want to talk to you anyway. So just say, tonight, we're going to talk about this. You know, whatever, if y'all have any questions, y'all can ask. It ain't nothing you can ask me unless you don't get in trouble for. Nothing. So whatever you want to know, let's talk about it. You got to make your kids feel comfortable. They think they're going to get in trouble. They shouldn't talk about it. More or less talk about it with their parents. You better get in your kids' face. You better be up in their business. You better be looking at their phone these days. Because these days, they taking nude pictures in elementary. Yeah, they are. Yeah, it don't sound real right, but it is. It is. And then, you know, somebody get mad because kids are cruel. And they don't know no better. So they sending these pictures out. Guess what? It's going to end up on the internet. And they don't know that's a violation. That's pornography. So they taking pictures and sending them thinking it's cute. I hope they're not saying y'all do it at home. I'm just saying. I know it's probably happening in some cases. But I'm just saying, y'all need to talk to them about that stuff. Bullying, all of that. Let them know it's not okay. And I know some of these kids that bully people have issues at home. They have issues at home. So if you know your kid a bully, I mean, you probably already know, because I know some of y'all bully y'all kids. So they go to school and bully somebody else that they know ain't going to knock them down. So, but I'm just saying, talk to them. Talk to them. Talk to them. Don't get tired of talking to them. Don't get to the point where you just too tired because you've been at work all day. You got a lot on your mind. You just got life on your mind. You need to take a few minutes and take time out and talk to your kids. That's all I'm saying to y'all. Do it. Just do it. And especially you fathers too. If the mother is absent, if you're not comfortable with talking to your girls, get a neighbor that you trust. Get a grandma. I know you got a big mama. Somebody some female that you trust that could talk to your kids and just where they more comfortable. Because you might have some kids don't want to talk to their daddy about no menstrual cycle. He embarrassed, she embarrassed. They ain't going to talk. The discussion ain't going to go too far. So get with some people in your family and y'all get together. You know how back in the day they said take a village to raise a kid. These days it takes more than that. I mean, you know, it's not enough people for these kids. But these teachers see this stuff every day. So for you to think they need permission to talk about personal hygiene, hell, quit sending your kids to school stinking. And they wouldn't have to talk to them about that. So you do your job, that'll make it a little easier on these teachers. They got hundreds of kids that they see a day. And that's a lot of funky monkeys running around at school, okay? It ain't right. It's not right. It's not right. I know people got situational situations, but I'm just saying, if you talk to them and educate them, they'll make better decisions. And trust me, they're going to share the advice with their friends because they sit around and talk about it. They have girl talk. Yep, they do. Porn. Talk to them about all of that. Yes, I'm telling you. But anyway, that's all I got to say. I just would like to know what you guys think. What's your 3 cents on this subject? If you think that you should wait till they get in middle school or high school, most of them pregnant by then. And they don't have a clue. Other than what they kind of heard, bits and pieces from Keisha and Tarzan told them. But they need to hear from you. They need to hear from somebody that care about them. Don't get mad at them when it happened. And I'm not saying that some of you parents are talking to your kids and they still go out and do what they want to do. I know that's going to happen. But at least you can say, I did everything I could to prevent it. They're going to make their own choices at some point in time. Do your part. That's all I'm saying. Do your part as a parent And if you close enough to somebody else that you could help them out with their kid, step up, stand in the gap for them. Pray for them. Y'all get it together. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. And because I would love to hear 3 cents on this. So anyway, love you, mean it. I'm doing me. I'll pray for you and you pray for me. Bye for now. And by the way, I know my tongue is red. I had a slushie at the movie. It was great. Anyway, see ya.